If you play in front of people on a regular basis, chances are someone has told you to clean up your playing. What does that mean? Well, in this video, let's talk about 3 ways that you can clean up your playing, and I keep hitting this mic. Let's get into it. Now, the first thing you can do is avoid all the buzzes, the clicks, the dings, whenever you're not pressing down on the note properly. Boom. Now, the more we're familiar with the pieces that we're playing, you're gonna get better and better at the piece, and it's gonna become more comfortable. It's gonna become smoother. But there are a few things that you can do to kind of speed up the process. Now, make sure that whenever you're going to fret a note, that you're trying to put it in the best spot possible to get the cleanest note. Now, that's typically going to be right behind the fret wire, but there are going to be times based on the shape of your hand that's just not going to be possible. So you have to do the best that you can. You can fix the most basic thing by making sure that whenever you pluck with your fingers, is that the first thing that the string touches is going to be the flesh, so you don't get that click sound from the nail. And the best thing that you could probably do on the right hand is actually use planting. So I actually made a video about planting or preparation a while back. I'll have the links below. I'll also put a card there. I think it's there. But basically the way it works is that as soon as you pluck the string to play a note, the next finger that's going to play is going to immediately head to that string that needs to be plucked. I don't want to go too much into it, but check out the video that I have in the description. It explains it a lot. And the last tip that I can give you to avoid all the clicks and dings and buzzes is to play really loud. If you practice really loud and you can get a nice clean note while playing really, really loud, it's going to be that much easier to get a clean note whenever you tone down on the dynamics. And the next thing that you can do is make sure that you don't have notes that just are louder than anything else, or even louder than the melody line. Now, naturally, open strings are going to be louder than fretted notes. That's just the way it is. So whenever you're playing a passage that involves fretted notes and open notes, have those open notes in mind and play them just a little bit softer than the fretted notes so they can have a nice balance. Because the most important thing is going to be the melody line. Now, what you can do to make sure that the melody is more present than anything else is to actually play the melody and be very aware of what the melody is. So you can do this again by playing the melody line with your guitar, or even better yet, sing the melody line. Now you can play the melody by itself, or you can actually play it with all the notes, but make the melody extremely loud and everything else really quiet. So whenever you're playing the piece, you're listening out for that melody and making sure that no other notes are popping like those open strings. And the last thing that you can do is stop the notes from ringing. Now this one's kind of a two-parter. Sometimes in music, the composers are going to want us to cut these notes and they indicate them by rest. So if you look at the jig from the first Bach cello suite, you see that there are rests in the bass line. So you need to really cut those notes to not only play the music as it was intended, but these notes are going to start bleeding into new chords, and it's just going to sound really dissonant, noisy, and messy, really. And also, make sure that you're stopping the notes from ringing whenever you're reaching new chords in the music. So again, you're trying to prevent this bleed that's happening. So if you're going to have all these notes just keep ringing on your guitar, it's just going to sound really messy. Whatever piece that you're going to be playing, make sure that you're stopping these notes from ringing. You can either stop these notes from your right hand. That's actually my favorite way. A lot of the times you'll see my thumb going from bass string to bass string, cutting them to make sure that there isn't a lot of bleed from these notes. Now you can also mute these notes with your left hand. Whichever finger is not being used to play a note, you can actually tap on a string really quickly and just stop it from vibrating to stop the note from ringing. And also, if you play certain notes, it'll actually ring out some of the open strings. Try this with open A. Pluck the A string with your thumb and then immediately mute the A, and you'll notice the E string is actually ringing. Things like that you need to be aware of, and you need to stop that E from ringing. Well, that's it for me. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up, subscribe. I have all my links down below, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.